Hello everybody, this is Lara with your daily update for Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. This one's going to be real quick today. The technical situation for Bitcoin still moving sideways, still looks like it's forming a pennant pattern. The pennant, I've changed the trend lines a little bit, adjusted the potential breakout point, so the target from the pennant, if we see an upward breakout, is now about 30,400. Pennants and flags are reliable continuation patterns. A continuation pattern means price entered in an upward direction, the expected breakout is upward. Where you take the flagpole, the high here, the low here, add that distance to the potential breakout point, and there's your target. Along the way up, I expect the next test of strong resistance just below 29,000. Price will probably be able to break through. This was a test here, consolidation. I'll look for a breakthrough. After that, we may see a back test of support before price moves up and away. A target from the inverted head and shoulders pattern remains the same at 29,750. This bearish move looks most likely to be over. There is some technical evidence that the low of the 11th of September is likely to be maintained. There's a bullish engulfing candlestick pattern here, and it has push from volume. This red channel contains this pullback. It's been clearly breached by upward movement. Back test of support. Now price continues to find support at 27,400. Today, so far, an inside day with downward movement and a decline in volume. It's normal for Bitcoin's pullbacks to come with an increase in volume and then at the end a decline in volume. So here an increase in volume. We could be at the end today with a decline in volume. That would be a typical look. Doesn't mean it has to be like that. It just would be really typical. ADX is today declining. There's no clear trend. So if there's no trend, if we revert to a model using stochastics and support and resistance, stochastics didn't quite reach overbought. Now it's in neutral and turning lower. So we may expect stochastics to continue on lower until it reaches support, although the last time it did that, it didn't quite reach support, so it may not get down that low this time either. That model would expect further downward movement, but below 27,400, the next support's below 25,000, and there's a little bit of a thin area down here. In order for us to have any confidence in the expectation from that model at all, we'd really need to see support broken at 27,400 quite confidently, with a close reasonably below this point. It doesn't look like we're going to get that. I would assume that this support is going to hold until it's broken. So let's assume that the pennant pattern is most likely. There's going to be an upward breakout imminently, and until that happens, let's assume support at 27,400 is likely to hold. Get some free giveaways today to help you with your technical analysis. Click on the link below to go to my website and you can download one or more of these 3 giveaways. I have an ebook on technical analysis basics for you. These are the contents of the ebook, several chapters on some basics, some indicators, some techniques, looking at gaps, looking at scale for your charts, and I've even got 2 steps to a high probability trade setup there for you. Another free giveaway is this easy candlestick pattern guide to the major candlestick reversal patterns, bullish and bearish, diagrams, descriptions of how they should be read and in what context. And a third giveaway, I have this Elliott Wave structure guide, 3 pages giving you all of the Elliott Wave structures with all of the rules you need to know and diagrams of the ideal form for each. Motive structures on 1 page and all of the corrective structures on 2 pages. So click on the link below and get any one or all of these 3 giveaways for free. The Elliott Wave count for Ethereum has changed. Previously I had 1, 2, 1, 2, but 2 can't move beyond the start of 1, so this can't be a second wave correction. And so it looks like we may have 1 over here and 2, either an expanded flat or what fits better is a double combination with an expanded flat for minuet W, X, and a zigzag for minuet Y. If minute 2 continues any lower, it may not move beyond the start of 1 below 1531.48. Previously, price had broken out of this channel. Back test of support here. I had expected that was most likely going to be it, but we're getting more downward movement. We've got an overshoot back in this channel and back below this trend line, which comes from the weekly chart. There's not a proper breach of either of these channels though, and it's not always perfectly going to show us where price finds support and resistance. I expect it's most likely we're going to get upward movement imminently for Ethereum, but again, it's hard to tell sometimes when these pullbacks or consolidations are over. So let's look on the technical chart to try and answer that question. There's pretty strong support here for Ethereum at 1,550. That's being tested now. Yesterday's candlestick has a bullish long lower wick, and while support at 1550 continues to hold, let's assume it will. Like Bitcoin, Ethereum has volume pushing price lower, but the current session, we're in the afternoon now, so it looks like it's going to have lighter volume. And again, that's a pretty typical look for the end of a pullback. Pullbacks with an increase in volume, and they end on lighter volume. An increase in volume ending on lighter volume. So we may have the end of the pullback today. The daily Elliott Wave count for XRP is still essentially the same. Minor 1, minor 2, minute 1, minute 2, minute 2, a zigzag. May not move beyond the start of 1. If we do see a new low below this point, I'd expect minor 2 may be continuing lower as an expanded flat. So I'll leave the invalidation point down here at 0.4456. XRP also has this deep pullback, and there's a channel around it. It's very, very clearly breached by quite a lot of upward movement. That gives us an indication that this downward movement is likely over and the next movement is likely underway. For XRP, it's found really strong resistance at 55 cents, and now it's coming back down to test support at 0.4875. It's essentially moving sideways for a few months now. We need to see a breakout of this big consolidation zone to have real confidence in the direction for the next trend. Same volume profile, volume pushing price lower, but today a weakness in volume suggests we could be having the end of the pullback here. ADX is now declining for XRP. It's telling us there's no clear trend. Stochastics is moving lower. It reached overbought previously within this consolidation, now moving lower toward oversold. If we use the model of stochastics and support and resistance, there's a ways to go before stochastics reaches oversold, but prices at support here at 0.4875. If it breaks below this, then look out for next support quite strong at 0.46. That's it for me today with your quick update. I hope everyone's having an awesome day.